Welcome back to Spotlight on Civility, a conversation. Birmingham Public Schools has been proactive on building civility. Joining me to talk about the steps they've taken are Superintendent Dr. Mbika Roberson and President of the School Board for the Birmingham Public School System, Lori Angelini. Thank you so much for joining us today on Spotlight. You both doing okay?
Yes, thank you. Thank you for having us here.
Very good. Let me ask you, you guys have made some headlines out there, from mask mandates to the teaching of African American history to a Nazi salute. So I would imagine that it would be safe to say that you are the perfect candidate for a civility project. Is that correct, Dr. Roberson?
I would say we are a perfect candidate, but I would also say that right now our society, everyone is a perfect candidate. When we look at what has occurred over the last several years, both on our local stage, our state stage, and our national stage, I think the opportunity to bring in civility to our conversations is ripe for all different environments.
Sure. I imagine that has not been easy, Ms. Angelini. Let me read you something that you wrote not terribly long ago. You said educational equity is a required condition of justice, fairness, and inclusion, and it must be embedded into the education system. That gets into the diversity issue, race, relations, and those are tough conversations to have these days, aren't they?
They are courageous conversations that have to happen in order to make any progress at all. Providing equity, inclusion, and diversity to our students, that's exactly what has to happen, these conversations. And engaging in this civility project, as we did, was such an excellent demonstration of just how to do that, how to set it up. And it gives you permission, if you will, to listen, to repeat what you've heard, perhaps even say it back, and know that you're not always going to find a common ground, but you have to be respectful and be a listener.
Sure. When the two of you were working with Stephen Henderson and Nolan Finley, what's the biggest takeaway that you got?
They had us go into breakout sessions with different, with part of the community, and you didn't know who you were going to be in these breakout rooms with. But what they did was they gave us a prompt where we really had to listen to each other's story. And I think it was very helpful to hear some of our community members, some who had been at our board meetings previously, and hearing their story, their background, and it helps to really contextualize the lens in which people are looking through. And so I think that was very powerful, the importance of listening to someone's story so that you understand why people have the frame that they have on a particular situation.
Dr. Roberson, I'll give you the last word on this. In time, 5 years from now, 10 years from now, if you keep with this civility project and the community, the parents, the students, administrators, all continue to work together through this difficult process, what do you hope will be the end game?
I hope the end game is that we have a community with all of those stakeholders that you just mentioned that listens to each other, that respects the other person's opinion, and that can walk away, that even sometimes when we have differing opinions or differing views, I can respect who you are. I can understand and learn a bit more about why you have the opinion or view that you have, and we can still walk away and call ourselves brothers and sisters in a community.
I'd like to add something, if I may.
Sure, go right ahead.
Okay. And I think civility moves beyond tolerance. And what it does is it creates understanding. And in order for you to be a true listener and to hear who somebody is and what it is they're, perhaps what they want or what they're afraid of, you have to understand them. And that is where civility has a very important role.
Well, no question about the two of you represent change. You also represent diversity, and you represent the community, a very diverse community that we all live in. And when we come back, we'll have some final thoughts. Thank you to all of our guests today, and we hope this discussion gets you to thinking. The dictionary defines civility as courtesy, a polite action or expression. It derives from the word civilization. As we close today, it's important to keep those words in mind as we strive to respect each other's ideas and opinions. To learn more about Channel 7's Spotlight on Civility initiative, we encourage you to visit our website, deltadentalspotlightoncivility.com. I'm Chuck Stokes. Thank you all for joining us.